The ABC 27 investigators looking into a problem you can't see. You may not even know it exists, but it could do a lot of damage to your property and cost you thousands of dollars.
Cumberland County man had a hard time getting answers from his township, so he turned to Amanda St. Hilaire.
Walking the kids to and from school.
Jack Wolf's job as a Lower Allen Township Community Service Officer
It's rewarding because you get to work with the little ones.
has taken on new meaning over a tough year.
Right now it gives me an initiative to get up, get moving since my wife passed.
A few months from these moments, a lifetime of public service will come back in a way he never imagined. But Jack doesn't know that yet.
I lived in this house 48 years. My wife and I liked the house, the location.
A location over a stormwater line.
We had a problem shortly after we moved with a sinkhole. The township took care of it.
And filled another a few years later. No more issues until shortly after Jack's wife passed away. Last June, he came home to this.
I looked at it, I couldn't believe it. It wasn't as big as it is now.
So Jack did what he'd always done, called Lower Allen Township. Jack says a few commissioners took a look, said they'd take care of it.
2 days later, I got a letter from the township manager stating, it's my problem, they're not going to do nothing.
Filling a sinkhole properly can cost thousands of dollars. Jack spent months looking for answers.
This is a crock. Since I'm not getting anywhere, I figured I'm going to call the news and maybe they can help me.
We looked at Jack's documents and filed right-to-know requests. We learned Jack's development was built in the 1950s. The township did not install the stormwater line, a private developer did. But the township stormwater system did end up moving through those lines, including the one in Jack's yard. We found a 1962 letter about Jack's property from the Federal Housing Administration after a damaged pipe caused a sinkhole, saying the local authorities are responsible for repairs. We also found a letter from Jack's neighbors saying the township has always made repairs and filled sinkholes after their stormwater line issues.
I've been a commissioner for 16 years. We have never fixed a sinkhole on private property.
Lower Allen Commissioner Ed Black says this policy protects your money.
We're trying to keep taxes as low as we can, but keep the job done. If we start taking care of sinkholes on private property, which is where we should not be, then we're setting a precedent for everyone to ask us to fix their sinkhole.
As for Jack's situation,
the pipe that you ask about is a private pipe. It's not a township pipe.
But if you have an older home, it's often not that simple.
Unfortunately, years ago, the townships weren't on top of this. Some developers weren't being supervised.
Real estate and land use attorney Hubert Gilroy says that's why there isn't always correct documentation.
However, townships recently have started to adopt ordinances saying that the stormwater facilities are the landowner's responsibility.
But some judges have ruled differently, saying tax dollars should pay for the upkeep of a system that benefits everyone else.
You can just barely see the pipe.
That's why Jack's neighbors support him.
Well, of course it's on private property, but it's certainly nothing that I put in, and I'm pretty sure Jack didn't sneak in here 30 years ago and attach a big pipe to their storm drain out there. So who else does it belong to?
As we made calls and found more documents, word got out.
Hey.
He's been a crossing guard for years, watching my kids go back and forth to school, and when I heard about it, I see if we could do something for him to help out a neighbor.
That's why, on this Saturday morning, Jack Simpson wasn't acting as Jack Wolf's township commissioner. He was there, with many others, as a neighbor.
If someone's in a jam and we can give a little help, then we're going to show up.
JROTC students from Cedar Cliff donated their time, Local businesses donated extra materials.
The Amish do the barn raising if something happens, so I figured we could have an old-fashioned hole filling.
Bringing Jack's property that much closer to the life he and his wife built.
And they called and said that this was going to happen. I was really amazed. And with y'all investigating and everything else, it was just like everything turned around and came out for the best.
So nice to see a smile on Jack's face. Most of us don't think about this issue until there's a problem and it's too late. So if you are a homeowner or you're looking to become one, look up easements. Those are the rights of a third party like a township to have access to your property. That information is often, but not always, in your deed. So a title search will give you more information. And since limestone makes our area more prone to sinkholes, Lower Allen commissioners recommend investing in sinkhole insurance.
So great to see everybody show up and fill in that hole for
My
him.
favorite part of that story.
So homeowners are often responsible for maintaining the sidewalks in front of their homes. Is this, I mean, this is different than that.
You know, some would say it's not different and that's why homeowners should pay up, but others say it is different because stormwater and sewer pipes are underground. You can't just eyeball it and say, hey, this is what we have to fix it. And if you try to do a repair and you do it wrong, that could really affect the rest of the system, that affects the rest of the community. So that's why the courts haven't really been clear cut on who's responsible for paying for what.
Good issue to look at.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Amanda.
Good.